It was almost Christmas on the island of Sodor. And the ground had been covered with a blanket of snow that the engines were all pushing their way through using their snowplows. There is one part of the island that lies along Thomas's branch line, where you'll find a village on the other side of a mountain. This is where Percy often stops at a children's hospital in order to drop off letters and parcels from parents unable to see their kids. This time of year was especially important for them. Although some parents would reside at a nearby motel, the mail train was often needed to drop off gifts and cards, so that the children could have a happy Christmas, even when they're not home to celebrate with their parents. Percy was always happy to see the excitement of both the children and hospital workers as he stopped to complete his delivery. It was the afternoon on Christmas Eve. Percy was preparing to take the mail train that would end at the children's hospital. He was waiting at the station when Thomas puffed in with Annie and Clarabelle. "Snow starting to pile up," said Thomas. "Still think you can make it over that mountain?" "Of course I can," replied Percy. "No matter how bad the snow is, I'll do what I can to make sure the children have a great Christmas. Just be careful, okay? It's dangerous enough to pull a train through heavy snow, let alone the steep mountain." "I'll try," said Percy, "but I'm sure I'll be just fine." The guard blew his whistle, and Percy set off. Percy finished up his main route after the sun had set. The snow had gotten deeper and deeper, and his driver was concerned. "The snow's looking pretty bad right now," he said. "Still think we can make it to the village? I'll do all I can to make sure the children get their gifts on time, and no amount of snow will deter me." So Percy kept going. The snow continued to fall from the sky and pile up on the tracks, but Percy was determined. His snowplow pushed it all to the side anyway. But the snow got even worse as he started his way up the mountain. It was working in tandem with the ice against Percy, but it didn't stop him yet. "I'm almost to the peak." But when he got there, he came across a giant pile of snow that was bigger than him. He tried pushing it with his snowplow, but it was to no avail. "I'm sorry, Percy," said his driver. "It looks like we're going to have to turn back." But the children, their gifts. "It looks like they're going to have to wait. There's no way we're going to make it through this pile. It's too dangerous." Percy looked down in defeat. He was preparing to roll back down, when all of a sudden, he heard a bell on the other side. "Toby? Is that you?" "Percy?" Toby replied. Percy laughed. "What are you doing over there?" "I was dropping off some passengers at the village motel. You know, near the children's hospital?" Yeah. I was about to head home, but, well, there's this giant hill of snow in front of us." Percy then got an idea. "Actually, are you able to make it back to the children's hospital?" "I think so. Not that I really have much choice." "Well, in that case, by any chance, is Henrietta empty?" "Yeah. Why?" Percy then looked towards his cab. "Driver? Fireman? We may not be able to push through that pile of snow, but do you think you could try and pass everything in my mail car over to the other side? I was thinking maybe we could load up Henrietta with the remaining parcels and letters." "That's actually a good idea, Percy." So they all went to action. Percy's driver and fireman made their way over the pile of snow as much as they could, and Toby's driver and fireman waited on the other side to receive the contents from the mail car and load them into Toby's coach. You won't be able to see the children tonight, Toby reminded. Percy sighed. I know, but I already told Thomas that no matter how bad the snow is, I do what I can to make sure the children have a great Christmas. Even if I need another engine to make my delivery. It didn't take too long to unload the mail car and pack it into Henrietta. Thank you, Toby, whistled Percy. No problem, Toby replied. And since I probably won't see you tomorrow, well, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. After Toby rolled backwards down the other side of the mountain, he used a loop to orient himself forwards. He then proceeded to make the rest of the way to the hospital. The snow was still coming down hard, but Toby pushed himself as much as he could. The hospital workers were waiting outside for the mail train, and as soon as they saw Toby's bright headlight through the falling snow, they cheered and clapped as he pulled in. We had to transfer between trains, but all the mail is in here. The next morning, Percy's shed door swung open. Sir Topham Hatt was just outside. Sir, Percy yawned, I thought the trains weren't running today. They aren't, but I received a call from the children's hospital. They said Toby told them everything. And despite it all, the children ended up having a great Christmas. I'm proud of you both for your hard work and determination to make the children's Christmas great. No problem, sir. I may not have seen their smiling faces, but it's good to know that we made them happy after all.